This guy can be worn literally all year round. The reason why I think it's good for spring. Burnt my eye. What is up, Grocknation? Welcome back to the arcade today for another fragrance list video. Today we are going to be looking at my personal pick for the spring 2022 season. What fragrances you should be looking at. We're going to be doing a unboxing as well of a fragrance that's going to be going in this list, but it can be used for other seasons. It might even be a signature, in my opinion. It can pull it off. The fragrance I am talking about is Parfums De Marly, Layton. A fragrance I've been waiting for to get a very long time, and I finally pulled the trigger on it. We're going to be unboxing this, as well as going through other fragrances I own that I think will do very well for you in the spring season. I also have one fragrance that I will give you guys a guaranteed blind buy. It should be no surprises. I think a lot of fragrance influencers will also give it a blind buy, or also do give it a blind buy, so we will be looking at that as well. So if you guys want to sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, put some headphones on. If you're going to use this for sleep, educational purposes, you want to watch it, that's great too. Before we continue on, if you guys want to give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel to get more, to get notifications when my videos go live. I try to put a video out every week. Like I said, the frequency might be a little longer nowadays that I'm renting a new house I bought. But yeah, we're also going to do a nice spring walk video for you guys as well. You guys can look forward to that. So yeah, let's get started here, guys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, guys. So here we are in beautiful Banff, Alberta, Canada, on this gorgeous, gorgeous spring morning. I figured what better place to talk about the spring weather than one of the most beautiful places on earth. This little town of Banff has actually been in my heart since I was a boy. I've been coming here since I was a little boy, and we used to actually camp outside the town. We couldn't dare afford to stay in one of the hotels. Spoiler alert, they're very, very expensive. This is the town visiting center, and slash museum. Majority of the parking you do in Banff will be in this little parkade, and it's sometimes a massive, massive pain in the ass. So do yourself a favor if you're going to this town for the first time, to make sure to make your way here and park immediately before you you set out adventuring. There is a lot to do in this little town. There's a lot to do in and around Banff. In general, if you guys are not from Canada, you're from the US, Banff is our Aspen. Banff and Whistler, British Columbia are our two biggest ski resort towns. The little church you guys see across the street on the corner. I have some really nice pictures of my dog taken from the exact same bench a year apart, and you can see him from a puppy to a year-old dog. It's actually quite funny. Those pictures are on my Instagram if you guys are interested. You got a convenience store immediately across the street here on this corner. Yeah, I love this town. I actually was supposed to be married here twice in the last 3 years. We actually booked 2 weddings, and unfortunately had to cancel 2 weddings due to COVID. And I believe COVID's still a thing. I'm not sure when this video was taken. I'll put the link to the video down in the description below. But they have the downtown boarded off, which is what they were doing during the pandemic. So all the restaurants can set up outside. That's the church I'm talking about. But canceled 2 weddings here, and it cost us a grand total of, what, 6,000 Canadian to cancel both of them. We booked for 2020, and we booked for 2021, and we had to cancel them both. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, and but what can you do? I really, really wanted this to be the town of my wedding, and my friends and family were very, very excited as well. Yeah, guys, once again, at the very least, hit that link in the description, give this video a like. But yeah, hopefully she crosses the street anytime soon here. It'd be nice. I want to see downtown with you guys. I would really enjoy it if you guys seen the hotel we booked twice and canceled twice at. Actually, kind of be a harsh thing for me to see. I haven't been to Banff since 2020, so I came here in 2019 when my dog was a puppy, and we booked the hotel I'm hoping she goes to, but she might not. I mean, it is kind of off the main street here. It's just to the left. Banff Park Lodge. We had to cancel that, obviously, with the pandemic in 2020, and then we booked for 2021. So we came back here in 2020, and we booked for 2021. And yeah, my dog is a celebrity of this little town. Everyone loved him. That's a massive hotel. You guys see the 3-story building across the street with a Canadian flag. So this downtown of Banff is filled with tourist shops, restaurants, candy shops, ice cream shops, basically everything and anything you can imagine in a ski resort town. Its main tourism is the winter months. Obviously, it's a massive ski resort. Some of these hotels, these ski lodge hotels, are so fancy. They got mass fireplaces, and yeah, it's a beautiful little town. It hasn't changed much since I was a kid. You got that beautiful big massive mountain at the end of town. I brought my fiance here for the first time, I think in 2010 or 2011, and I try to come here at least every 2 or 3 years. It was nice to come here back-to-back summers and camp. We camped here, and believe it or not, there's actually another ski resort town about 5-6 hours north of here in Jasper. Jasper is a little more quiet if you guys are into quiet towns, or not overflooded with tourism, slower towns. Jasper's definitely the one to go to. This is only about maybe a little over an hour, hour and a half out of Calgary. So yeah, it's always packed here. But yeah, let's enjoy this walk on this brisk spring day. Yeah, springtime is an exciting time, especially for Canadians, because we're getting out of these winters, and Calgarians that are mostly make up the people that visit here every weekend that are local, that aren't the townspeople. They get a crazy winter as well. I can't really bash their winter as much as I can other Canadian cities, based on where I live, because where I live is cold, 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 and snowy, snowy, snowy. Spring here is in about 5 days, you know, for everybody, and I won't see an actual real spring for about another month and a half, 2 months still. But yeah, you know, spring's got that nice, you know, it's always got that little ray of hope that, you know, the cold's over, you're able to wear sweaters during the day, and still have to wear a jacket at night. All the greenery and the trees are slowly coming in. It's a really, really exciting time. You know, you get super excited about the upcoming summer and spring, and yeah, springtime's very special. And you know, that's why, you know, in a fragrance world, all these seasons, they all offer different opportunities to wear these different types of fragrances, and springtime for sure offers the more warmer fragrances. But again, in the springtime, your fragrances should have that little bit of flavor to them, almost like the feeling of spring itself. A little bit of flavor, like a little bit of hope that those, you know, aquatic, citrusy fragrances that are coming in the summer months, much like, you know, your hope for summer in the season of spring. So yeah, it's kind of nice that I found this video. I debated doing an intro video for spring, like I've been doing for all the seasons. I know I've done Central Park a bunch, and this guy's not happy to be filmed. Look at that. He is not happy. Keep walking with your fucking K95 mask with eyeballing this poor woman. Giving her mad dog eyes. He's definitely a townie. He's not local. He's a fucking townie. This is kind of annoying. I apologize for this, but again, it's a screen capture of another channel. Give it a like, guys. Alright, so it looks like she's going to go to the corner of where I believe the spaghetti factory and whatnot is on 11 o'clock. This Mountain Royal, I believe, is attached to an Earl's. There's one of the ice cream shops. Canadians, right? You know, it's everyone that looks like it's probably minus 15 Celsius here. Minus 10 Celsius. They're like, fuck it, give me ice cream. That's Canada for you. Rocky Mountain chocolate, I think, is to the 1 o'clock. I believe that's what that is. You got your Starbucks, and I believe Spaghetti Factory is 11 o'clock. And a lot of these buildings have, Tony Roma's, sorry, not Earl's. A lot of these buildings have, they're massive complexes with multiple restaurants and such inside. They have to pack as much as they can in to these complexes because in the winter months it gets quite chilly down here. Fun fact, I've been coming to Banff since I was 6-7 years old. I have never been to Banff in the winter time. That's going all the way back to being a kid. Alright, where she's looking straight down the street at the very end is where I was to be married. Banff Park Lodge. Kinda sad looking at that right now. But you know, everything works out in the end. We were to get married, we saved up for about 3 years. Just recently we came across a steal of a deal of a house, a bank repo house, that we could build for whatever, like guys having some drinks this early, that we could rent out into whatever we like. And so we decided, you know, hell with it. You know, we saved all this money. We put a massive down payment down in this house. We have a ton of money left over for all the rentals we want to do. So unfortunately, Banff Park Lodge down at the end of the street isn't going to happen. I'll probably do something small, local in Winnipeg. We're 10 minutes into this video. We'll walk along a little bit more with her, and then we will definitely not stare at this woman's ass with the with that funky ass sweater, tie-dye sweater, and that nice dog. That is a really nice dog. We will definitely not stare at her ass. But yeah, we're definitely gonna make our way down here just a bit more. And yeah, this is so weird seeing everybody with the masks on. It was like that for us. 2020 was rather kind of annoying. It was weird. All the restaurants were, you know, in the front of Main Street. Main Street shut down, but they gotta make their money somehow. That Helly Hands, it's massively overpriced, by the way. If you're gonna buy Helly Hands and go somewhere else, this woman has a really undisciplined dog. I kind of feel bad for her. My dog Archie was such an amazing treat to have in downtown Banff. Like I said, everyone loved him. He would sit and wait outside nicely at stores for us. And yeah, my god, there's a lot of junk in this town. We're not talking garbage either. Grizzly House, really, really good, expensive steakhouse. They have a bunch of rare, unique meats in there, like rattlesnakes and everything else. Like, it's crazy expensive. We've never actually, not that we can afford it, we can obviously afford to eat there. It's just that it's always packed and always booked up. It's crazy hard to get into. Alright, yeah, she's gonna do one last look around. Before we go here, guys, I just want to say, if I'm gonna recommend Banff to anybody here, I definitely recommend going into summer months. It's so fucking beautiful. Not meaning to do a Banff promo monologue here, but I mean, there's so much you can do. Horseback riding, you know, the Bow River goes right through the town. You can kayak on that river. It's so milky blue, and there's so much hiking. You can take a gondola up the Sulphur Mountain, get amazing pictures overlooking the town, and it's endless. If you're an outdoors person, you haven't been to Banff and you're from Canada, you're crazy. Get over there now. If you're from Europe and you're thinking of traveling to Canada, the Rocky Mountains, do yourself a favor, especially if you're from the coastline countries in Europe. Don't go to Newfoundland. You have Newfoundland where you're at. Come to the mountains. Little off-topic story here before we go. I was actually staying in Killarney, Ireland. How many years ago was that? 2017, 2018. And a little Irish woman was the front desk lady, but checked us in. She actually upgraded us for free, which was really nice of her. But I always remember, she was like, "You guys are from Canada. I've always wanted to go to Canada." I was like, "Yeah, it's very beautiful. Yeah, I want to go to Newfoundland." That's what she said to me. I'm like, "Bitch, you're in Newfoundland. If you're going to Canada, go to the Rocky Mountains. Ireland is Newfoundland, just different speaking people." It's the same damn thing. Why would you go on vacation across the pond and go to exactly where you're at now? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, yes, come to the Rocky Mountains. Beautiful place. Springtime, not so much. I would say summertime for sure. Wintertime, if you're in this guy looks like he's wearing leggings too. I was gonna say, what's with Banff? He's not though. He's wearing sweats. What's with Banff and the leggings? My God, everyone's got junk, even the guys. All right, guys, let's get to the video and leave gorgeous Banff. Okay, guys. So first things first, for this video, let's unbox this pack of Parfums De Marly and Layton. It's been sitting on my computer desk here for about 4 days now. I've been dying to open it, but I wanted to unbox it for you guys for this video. It'll be the first fragrance we talk about on this list of spring fragrances. It's an amazing choice for a spring fragrance, by the way. Before I get too much into it, I just want to let you guys know, when you guys are thinking about getting niche fragrances, don't ever blind buy based on what a fragrance influencer says. It might not be what you want. I've been sitting on Layton by Parfums De Marly. I got a massive list. I've been working on my house. We're getting off topic. And I was putting a spade, scraping up some glue that was stuck under some carpet. Massive blister. Anyway, sorry to disgust you. I'll try to hide it. I've been sitting on this for over a year now. I bought this and I bought Pegasus for samples. Just pretty much all gone. Because if you're going to buy a niche fragrance, they're expensive. This bottle of Layton was $300 some. Test it first because you might not like it. Now I got it, and I got another niche fragrance as well that I heard was very similar, and that is Elysium by Roja. I've been sitting on that as well for about a year. And they both smell very, very, very similar. They're almost exactly the same. The only difference is the Roja is about $100 more. That literally is the only difference. Now, what I've done with these two is I've actually sprayed one on each hand. I sprayed one on each sleeve. I've done multiple tests. Parfums De Marly Layton massively, massively outperforms Elysium, which is crazy because Elysium's $100 more. Parfums De Marly will stay on your skin for close to 12 hours. I swear. I put them both on at 6 in the evening. This is in the summertime, I believe. I went to sleep and I woke up and I could clearly still smell the Layton. I couldn't smell the Elysium whatsoever. Absolutely, completely gone. They both perform well on clothes like most fragrances do, particularly these really, really expensive niche fragrances. You're going Grock if you're new to the fragrance world. What is a niche? Well, niche is like they're expensive and unique in flavors and scents. They don't smell like other designer fragrances you'll find like at your local drugstore or local, like, I don't know, the Bay or Macy's if you're in America. Those are more generic, whereas these are unique. The ingredients, everything. A lot of them try to use fresh ingredients, which is why every batch they make smells a little different. But we're getting a little too much into this, so let's do this unboxing. And once again, like before, with in 2016. Parfums De Marly, the fragrance house itself, is a fairly new niche fragrance house. This, I believe, is their Grockstar of their fragrance line. Much like Aventus is to Creed, Layton is to Parfums De Marly. It's their most acclaimed fragrance, mostly loved by all. Like most Parfums De Marly fragrances, they gear it towards unisex. Like a woman can wear this as well. I don't know if I would say that. It's very masculine in my opinion. It'd be too masculine maybe. As say Pegasus. Pegasus definitely is marketed to be unisex, and I can see that as well. But again, I'm one of those guys where I don't know if I want to smell the same as my fiance. Kind of takes away from the uniqueness of the whole thing, if that's your thing. So let's open it. One thing that's very impressive about Parfums De Marly bottles is they are very high quality. We're going to compare it to my Pegasus bottle as well for you guys, just to show you. So you got your Parfums De Marly Paris card. Comes on top. Very Creed-like. Open it up. There's that bottle cap. Like I said, super high quality products. The bottle itself is massively heavy for 125 ml. It's their bottles are like legit, like metallic, hard PVC pipe. Alright, let's. There it is. Nice thing that's unique about the Layton bottle itself, or sorry, the case. It's got this really nice sharp pinstripe suit almost for it. It's you get what you pay for. Parfums De Marly, everything about it's just top notch. It's very metallic. I don't want to say PVC pipe. It feels very like it's blue, but it's like a blue metal. I don't know. It's very high tech, very heavy. Caps are always heavy for these bottles. Give it a spray. Oh my god. So what happened last spring was I was like, oh, I got the sample of Pegasus and Layton, and I loved them both personally, and I think I mentioned it back then when I opened that video, or that surprise unboxing in that video. I was hoping for Layton because I do believe this is a signature. I personally was hoping for Layton. I put this and I put Pegasus in my cart, and I got my fiance to pick one, and she ended up picking Pegasus. She didn't know which one's which. I just said delete one from the cart and hit, buy, swipe to buy, and she did. And I didn't know which one was coming. Both really good quality bottles. Yeah, I don't know. I have to look up what it is. It feels metallic. It doesn't feel like a hard plastic or a glass. It feels metallic. I thought maybe from all the pictures I'd seen of Layton, I thought that it would be PVC. It looks PVC, but it's not actually. So, because this is a brand new fragrance, I'm going to run down the entire notes for everybody. So let's go over it right now. So again, 2016, the nose behind this fragrance is Hamid Meridi Kashani. This is why I don't read these guys' names. The top notes are apple, lavender, bergamot, and mandarin orange. The middle notes are geranium, violet, and jasmine. The base notes are vanilla, cardamom, sandalwood, pepper, patchouli, and goji wood. So yeah, a lot of that base notes. And again, cardamom, that's where you get that little bit of heaviness from. Oh, it smells so nice. This can be worn, you guys, in date situations. Like I said, this actually can be a signature. It's not that heavy, harsh cardamom like you would get from like Lannoy de L'Homme or Creed Aventus. This is like a fresher take on that, if that makes any sense. You could definitely wear this every single day if you work at a nice, office job. You work maybe in retail. You could definitely wear this every single day. If this is for a mature person though, like I'm talking, you don't want to wear this to high school. This isn't a high school fragrance. The girls probably think you smell a little too, I don't know what the word is, old spicy, like you smell too adult. It's not playful and fun like that. There's other fragrances for that. This is like for the mature gentleman. Like I said, it says it's unisex, but it's really not. I really get a really kind of a spicy maturity to it. lakes are opening up, the rivers are opened up. Warm because it's still going to be cooler, but a little bit of flavor to it. Like I said, your spring fragrances should have a little bit of flavor. Not necessarily spicy. Your summer fragrances are going to be more aquatic, more citrusy. Your fall fragrances are going to be more warm, and your winter fragrances, spice, for sure. So yeah, this is a great choice for the spring. I would 100% recommend this. Don't buy niche, obviously. Get a sample. You can get samples on eBay for like $10 for it. It'll save you a lot of money. So that's the first one we're going to go over. So up next on the list, we got the cheaper of all these fragrances I have for you guys, and that the price matches the performance, unfortunately, but it's still a very, very, very warming, welcoming scent for the spring season of 2022, any spring season really. The fragrance is Vados Classic for Men, 2004. This is a woody amber fragrance. It's got a bunch of crazy herbs in there, Mediterranean herbs and such. It's got vanilla as well, and leather, which I think is very fitting because it's like there's a leather strap all the way around the bottle, which is a really nice and clean look. It's got this nice black see-through glass bottle, not like black as in the next fragrance you're going to look at, but you can actually see what's inside there, and it's got that leather on it. With that leather scent, it smells really nice. Yeah, super good. I usually stream shortly after I put the YouTube videos up on Twitch, and when I do the fragrance videos, my room just is so overwhelming. But yeah, great fragrance for the springtime. This isn't a signature, so if you're thinking about getting this, just one fragrance you want to buy yourself, and you want to wear it year-round, it really won't do well. This won't be good in a hot summer day. This won't be good on a beach. This won't be good in a winter. This won't be good to bring around the office every single day. This is really just meant for cool outdoor days and springtime. This would really give your office some flavor. If you wore this in the springtime, it would smell very nice and welcoming. But it's definitely not meant for signature use for sure. It's cheaper. On the cheaper end, this bottle was $50. I bought it on my way out of Hudson Bay one year. I think it was in 2014 actually. Or no, so 2010. I was walking out the door and I seen a bunch of Vados bottles, and I tested it out, and it was so good. It was very, very sexy smelling, and I was like, okay, I like that. I got it. As you guys know, I do love Vados fragrances. I own 4 of them. But again, with Vados, it performs about as good as it costs. This only lasts about maybe 5-6 hours in your skin. It projects for maybe 2 hours. Lasts pretty decent on your clothes, but again, even on your clothes, projection-wise, you're not looking at more than maybe 5-6 hours. Yeah, but you get what you pay for with Vados. Most of these, unfortunately, these American fragrance houses, they're not as good as the European ones. Just straight out, they're just not. The Vados I do enjoy because the scents are very unique. They're playful, very fun fragrances. So that's why I like them so much. I was very upset thinking they were going out of business a few years ago. They went bankrupt, but I think they're pulling their shit together now. But yeah, so okay guys, that's 2004's Vados for Men. That's up next on the list. Up next is one of my favorite fragrances in this list. Amazing for cool weather and spring. In my opinion, the essential spring fragrance. That's Dolce & Gabbana, the One Intense. One of my most favorite looking bottles as well. It's got that sexy, all glossy black, you can't see through it, bottle. It looks so sharp. If you were to have one bottle sitting on your shelf, not in your bathroom, never store your fragrances in your bathroom, like on your bedroom shelf, whatever else, your vanity in your bedroom, this would look so nice. This is an awesome leather fragrance. It's the heavier, spicier version of the original, the One. This is you have neroli, patchouli, cypress, clary sage, cardamom. Obviously, like this has everything. It's nice and it's spicy and it's heavy, but more importantly, it's sexy too. My goodness, it's so unique. Yeah, amazing fragrance. Again, not a signature. You might offend people with migraines with this. By might, I mean there's a chance, like a 20% chance. That's why I say it's not a signature. But this, man, if you're going out on a date in the springtime, a lunch with a friend, going for a walk, maybe not for a walk, this is more like an outdoorsy or outgoing like fragrance for the season of spring. This is awesome. This is awesome in the summer nights for a nice, like maybe you're going out for a date on a deck, an outdoor patio, like not a barbecue. Again, this is like a night outgoing sexy beast is what this guy is. Performs very, very, very well. This on my skin, I project for about maybe 5-6 hours. I get projection. It stays on my skin for 10 to 12. It's amazing on clothes. I've worn this a few times this winter, even though it's not a winter fragrance. And I've smelled it on my jacket 2 days later. Yeah, performs very, very well. Great, great fragrance, you guys. I think I would even put it in even the fall. It would work good for the fall. It would work good for a date night. It would work good for a clubbing night, in my opinion. A very, very playful, very fun, outgoing fragrance. Very, very warm, but a little bit of flavor to it. Not too spicy. A little bit of spice, but not much. Great, perfect example of what a springtime fragrance, in my opinion, should smell like. But again, not a signature-y spring fragrance. Like, if you worked like in an insurance office or something, you wouldn't want to wear this. It'd be too much. But for outgoing, anything you're gonna do in the springtime, this would be good. Yeah, Dolce & Gabbana, the One Intense. Definitely look into that. A newer fragrance as well, 2020. One of my personal favorites in my collection. The only thing about it is it gets really, really dirty. Get fingerprints all over it because of that glossy black, but what can you do? It's what's in a bottle that matters. Yeah, great choice. So up next, I have my only niche fragrance of this list on here. This is one of my personal favorite fragrances of all time. If I make, and I probably will in the future, my favorite fragrances of all time, this will definitely, spoiler alert, be on that list. Another fragrance from this house is my most favorite of all time, bar none, hands down. But damn it, this is close. This is a floral fragrance, like a woody floral fragrance from the House of Creed. It is green Irish tweed. It's got such a nice little bottle. It's matte black with the gloss black top, which is the exact same as the Aventus top, by the way. It's the exact same shape, everything else. Yeah, man, this is a really, really good floral woody fragrance. You have sandalwood in here. You have iris, lemon verbena. It's amazing. You're going, how is this on a spring list, Grock? Well, spring's different for everybody. This, for me, is the essential. The snow's all melting. Everything's kind of wet. You got spring rains coming in. This, obviously, is always on my list for outdoor walks and whatnot, picnics. This would be my number one. A very, very mature fragrance, though. Like, I would say this is a fragrance that you'll find on most men if they're into fragrances that are between the ages of, I don't know, maybe 30 and 50, 25 and 40, maybe, if I want to put a window on it. It's very, very mature. My fiance fucking hates it, for example. My fiance is more into more of those designer, playful fragrances. Where's this? Man, this just smells sexy. This smells sexy. It's an old fragrance. 1985 is when it came out. It's actually a year older than me. Used by a lot of celebrities as their signature. This is most notably George Clooney's signature fragrance. You ever meet George Clooney, he'll smell exactly like this. And that, for me, that's like the prime audience that, you know, this will appeal to, because he's been wearing it for like 30 years. Yeah, it's one of my all-time favorites for sure. Like I said, Aventus beats it by just a narrow margin, the most narrowest of margins, but I'm almost out of this bottle. I can actually see a little bit of it. It's, yeah, I think I got it with this much left. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I wear it every season except winter. I don't wear it in the wintertime. That actually was the first time I've smelled it since October-ish. Great fragrance, though. Like I said, great for those people that are lucky enough to not to have to deal with a lot of snow. Maybe people that live down down south, Southern America and whatnot, where everything just gets kind of wet. On the islands, obviously, Iceland, Newfoundland, Great Britain, Ireland, you know, those kind of winters they get there, those kind of springs are really wet, really, you know, this works really well. One of my favorite memories with this was actually walking my dog last summer, and it was raining lightly, and I had this on my jacket, and it just smelled so good. If you could put a smell on a forest that just had a heavy rain on it, and the sun's kind of shining on it, and everything's dripping dry, if you could put a smell on that by looking at a video clip of that or a picture, you would think of what this smells like. Trust me on this. I love this fragrance. I would 100% recommend everybody to get a sample of it before you get it, because it's a niche. This bottle was almost $400. This is only the 75. It's not even the 125 or 150, whatever it is that this comes in for the size upgrade. But yeah, that's Green Irish Tweed by Creed. That's next on this list. So up next we got another affordable fragrance from Hugo Boss, and that is Absolute. A very, very, very simple fragrance. Only 3 notes. Ginger, vetiver, and a manica. That's it. That's the 3 notes. It's a woody, spicy fragrance. It'll do very, very well for cool summer days and spring. I would even say fall. I think I actually included it in our fall fragrance list. I'm almost positive I did. Again, I said, guys, for these lists, spring, fall, a lot of these fragrances can go for either or. Like I said, I do think that, oh, this smells so nice. Like I said, your spring fragrances should be warm with a little bit of flavor to them, whereas your fall should be more spicy. I think I included this in the fall video. It does have a little bit of spice, but it's not so heavy. It's not as heavy as some of my heavier cardamom flavored fragrances that do really well in the cold weather. This one definitely can do well in the cool summer nights and springtime. This would be a safe bet for you guys to wear to the office if you want to wear a fragrance that fits the season. I would wear it in the office with the springtime. I would wear it in the office on a cool rainy day. I could wear it in the office in the fall. You can even pull this off in the winter, so this is not quite a signature, but it definitely could fill up, 75% of your year for sure. Definitely not good for hot summer days, not good for the beach and such. There's other fragrances for that, but I haven't used that much. I think I got about that much left. But yeah, the Boss fragrances that have been coming out. This is 2019. The Boss fragrances that have been coming out the last 4 or 5 years. They're actually quite impressive. Unlimited actually is one of my favorite new signature fragrances. Spoiler alert, it will be on the upgraded signature list. But yeah, I'm really impressed with them, and I really wasn't for a long time. I had bad experiences with Boss fragrances, but they're really making a comeback for me anyway, in my opinion. And like, this bad boy really does good for the springtime for sure. He fits all the criteria I like, or I think of when I think of a springtime fragrance. So yeah, guys, that's Absolute by Boss. Definitely look at maybe picking that up. You're not going to break the bank with Boss either. I mean, this big bottle was about $90, but again, it was the big one. The smaller bottle I could have got for $60, so definitely affordable. Okay, yeah. Absolute Hugo Boss. Okay, so before we conclude this list, I wanted to go over one fragrance that I believe is a blind buy. And it shouldn't be a surprise for anybody that this particular fragrance is a blind buy. Because everyone recommends this fragrance. It should be on everyone's shelf if you're a fragrance collector. Now, if you're someone that needs to buy one bottle and you're like, Grock, I can only get one bottle, I will always suggest signature fragrances. Signature fragrances never make these seasonal lists because they're good year-round. Maybe they're not good for, say, you're going skiing at Aspen or Banff or whatever in the winter months and you want to throw a signature on. I would recommend going for more of a woody, spicier fragrance for that. But definitely year-round, going shopping, going to the office, going to school, things like that. You can wear fragrance like signature fragrances year-round. And this signature fragrance, which originally I think was geared for the summer months, actually really does it for me for spring and cool summer days. And it's a nightclub monster too, believe it or not. The fragrance I'm talking about is Aquadicio Profomo. We don't really need to talk about it too much. This is one of the greatest fragrances ever made, in my honest opinion. It is the flagrant it's good for, like I said, springtime, cool summer days kind of deal. When I think of this guy, like I said, I always think of this guy as the cool guy sitting at the bar with a suit on. You know, maybe he has a Ryan Coke, an old-fashioned something. He's just sipping on it. You know, maybe checking his phone. That's how I imagine this guy would smell like. And yeah, like it does it for me for the spring though. And like I said, if I was gonna give you guys a blind buy, I'd want to give you guys a blind buy you can wear in other seasons as well. This is a signature. I think the only blind buys I would ever recommend on this channel, I don't think I ever have, would definitely be signatures, because I want you to get your money's worth. If you were to go, okay, I'm just gonna hit buy now, Grock says this is good, I wouldn't recommend something you can only wear once or twice, you know, a year, or sorry, 1 or 2 seasons a year. Something that'll risk offending some, you know, maybe your mother, your wife, your girlfriend, and such. Employees, I wouldn't want something like that, because that would be a really shitty rotten deal. But yeah, guys, okay, so that is the list for the season of spring 2022. Let me know what you guys think about the list below. Really glad you guys got to see me unbox my sexy new bottle of Layton. I'm super excited to finally crack this open. Like I said, it's been sitting in a package for the last 4 days. I debated taking the plastic off and just unboxing the box, but that's kind of cheesy doing that. Definitely add that to the collection. And like I said, fragrance wise, or niche fragrance wise, that's the closest you'll ever get to a signature. Definitely get yourself a sample though first. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the list. Let me know what you think down below. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and peace out. Luckily dry blister, peace out.